Hey guys, it's me Megan, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm doing a video all about my tattoo. So I got my tattoo on the 26th of June and today is the 30th, so it's been like 4 days, and I got it done as a birthday present off my nana and I absolutely love it. I know this video is going to be, there's going to be people that are going to really like it and people that are really going to hate it, because obviously people have different opinions on tattoos. Some people love them, some people hate them. But if you don't like watching these videos, don't watch them. But in this video I'm basically just going to go through some questions that I've got my phone, some questions that I've kind of made, and I can kind of answer them and then give you like some tips and what to do and what not to do. I want to say also, if you hear anything outside, like cars, people, or like a Metrolink tram, my window's wide open, I'm boiling, and yeah, my hair's a mess as well. And you know, I'm rocking that life. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get onto the video. So the first thing I want to point out is obviously what my tattoo is. So you're probably not going to be able to see it very well. So I'll insert pictures, I'll insert a picture of what it was like when I first got it done, and then a picture of what it looked like a couple of days later, to kind of see the difference in like redness and stuff. But the actual tattoo itself is basically a giraffe, but inside the giraffe it says "Stand Tall." I think it is a gorgeous tattoo. Like, I love giraffes and I love the quote "Stand Tall," it means something, and I thought it was a perfect first tattoo to get. It's about, I want to say it's about 3 inches long. It's from just above where my wrist starts to probably like halfway up my arm. I don't know, it's about 3 inches long. But yeah, that's basically what my tattoo is in a nutshell. So without further ado, let's get on with the first question I've kind of made is, what do your family think of your tattoo now you've got it, and how did you convince your parents? So honestly, I'm so like happy and grateful in the fact that my parents really didn't need much convincing. I told my mum and she was like, oh okay, cool. Like, my mum was originally going to pay for it as my birthday present, but then my nana said she wanted to pay for it because it was going to be there for like the rest of my life, and she was like, it's going to be something that I can remember, not just obviously what it means, but like that my nana got it me, I can remember that. But honestly, my mum really didn't need much convincing. I went to my mum and I told her what design I wanted, where I wanted it, and where I wanted to get it done, like the tattoo place, which I'll get into a little bit further in the video. And my mum literally was just like, okay, cool, if you're certain, like, she obviously said it's going to be on your body for the rest of your life, like, you've got to know that. And obviously I know that, like, it's a tattoo, you can get them removed, but obviously laser, and that is expensive, and I didn't know how to do that. My dad, on the other hand, I actually didn't tell my dad, my mum told my dad. My mum told my dad a couple of days after I told my mum, and I was still at my mum's when she told my dad, like literally, and I was just going to tell my dad when I got home because I wanted to like say it to his face. But no, my mum told him, and at first he was like, no, she's not having a tattoo. But once I went home again, showed him what I wanted, where I wanted it, and the place where I was getting it done, like I showed him some of the artwork of like the designs that the tattooist does, then he was totally fine with it. Like, he kind of just wasn't too bothered. I think the only person in my family that was actually like distraught was my granddad. My granddad hates tattoos, like he absolutely hates them, and I just kind of had to say to him, like, at the end of the day, granddad, there's like nothing you can do. Like, I'm kind of getting it now. He's kind of over it now, he's not really fussed, but at the time he was so annoyed. And I think that's a really good tip for if you think your parents are not going to be as like lenient as mine were, is to basically research everything beforehand and then kind of go and pitch it to them and be like, right, well, this is what I want, this is why I want it here for this reason, and I've found this tattoo place. And then again, show them some work, just plan it before you go to your parents and like, I want a tattoo, and then yeah, just plan it all beforehand. The next question is, what made you get a tattoo? So honestly, the design that I picked made me get a tattoo. So the design that obviously I went for, there's like a bee outside my window, so I keep looking and I'm really scared it's going to fly in, but you know, we're going to carry on. But the design I picked made me want to get a tattoo, purely because the design I'd seen it on Google Images and I hadn't seen it as a tattoo. It was only when I'd said to someone and they were like, that would look really nice, I was like, a tattoo. And I think someone had said they'd seen it on somebody else before, or they'd seen it in a picture, I can't really remember, but when I googled Stan Tall pictures, like there was like not loads, but there was quite a few. Some of them looked horrific, like the tattoo artist had just completely like failed, it just did not look like the design I picked, and then some of them did. I think the one I'd seen was one going up a woman's like back, and yeah, I just didn't like the idea of it going up my back. Like I would, if I'm getting it, I was one of the people that was like, I want to see it all the time. That's how I felt about my tattoo. But yeah, the design definitely made me want to get a tattoo, and I didn't just think about it overnight. Like honestly, I thought about it for a good month or so before my birthday. Like I didn't just sleep on it and be like, right, I'm getting a tattoo. Like I actually thought it would have been harder to convince my parents, so it took me longer to pluck up the courage to tell my mum and kind of find what design I like. Well, I knew what design I wanted, but you know what I mean. The next question is, how did you pick your design? So obviously I just picked my design to Google. No, I'd obviously seen this image way back before I even decided to get it as a tattoo, and I fell in love with it. When actually we booked my tattoo to at least, I think it was like 2 weeks before my birthday, which I also really recommend if you want to get a tattoo. Go in and see them and pre-book it, because they can talk you through like the best place to have it, what to do on the day when you come, how to prepare yourself. Like if you go in and talk to them, most tattooists are really nice and they will genuinely just talk you through it, especially if it's your first tattoo. That's personally what we did. But after I booked it, I actually started thinking, is this what I really want on my arm? And I started looking at other designs. Like I think it was crossed between a quote from Dumbo and then like another one, and in the end I said, Megan, what are you doing with yourself? Like this is the one you've wanted since before you even decided to get it as a tattoo. You've loved this for ages, just get it. And I'm so glad that I decided to stick with my train of thought and get the one that I originally liked, because I don't think I would have liked it as much if I'd got a different one. So I'm really glad that I got this. But basically I picked my design months ago before I even decided to get it as a tattoo. But that's also another tip, make sure you are so certain on what tattoo you want. Don't just pick the first one you see because you like that one. Scroll through, look for designs, and if you want a quote, or you want some like a quote made into like a pattern or something, if you like that, then you can happily go to most tattoo artists and they will happily design you a tattoo. Like they're not gonna say no. Like they're not. So I also recommend that if you want something original, go to a tattoo artist and they will design it for you. So the next question is, how did you pick your place/tattoo artist? So lucky for me, I honestly it didn't take me ages to find a tattoo artist/place. I knew the moment that I decided to get a tattoo where I was going to get it done, and that's not because I couldn't be bothered looking at other places. Basically there is a place in the city centre where my mum lives, and they have a tattoo parlour, whatever you want to call them, tattoo place there. They're called True Colours. This is basically like their little card. I'll leave the links down below to like their social media if you want to go and like check their design, like some of the tattoo artists' designs out, because they're absolutely amazing. But my mum has had all her tattoos. My mum's only got 3 tattoos, but she's had all 3 tattoos done there. And my sister has had, my sister's got 2 and she's had the second one she got done there as well, and they all turned out really good. And I just knew the moment I decided to get a tattoo to go there, because I've spoke to the people there before, and because I only look young for my age, I felt like if I went to a different tattoo place they would judge me for the fact that I want a tattoo when I'm only like a couple of days over 18, which I know is probably that's probably just me being silly, but I know if I went to this place that they would just be like totally cool with it, like they genuinely just wouldn't be bothered. So I didn't, like I said, have to do much research into it, but obviously that's a really good tip. Don't just pick the first tattoo place you see, always look around first. I just didn't, because I knew this place that I was going to was amazing. So next question is, how did you prepare yourself for the tattoo? So honestly, like, I know people get dead nervous before tattoos, but I was nervous, but I definitely wasn't as nervous as I thought I was going to be. Before, when we went to pre-book it, they basically, because I was having it on my arm here, they basically just told me not to wear anything like long sleeved or tight that can restrict it from, like, obviously them getting to it. And they just told me to basically just come as I am, make sure that I've eaten in the last 24 hours. And I don't know, I know like every tattoo artist is different, like they all have completely different opinions and how to do things. But my tattoo artist specifically asked me not to drink within the last 24 hours, which I don't really drink anyway, so it's not really a big deal, but they told me not to drink within the last 24 hours, like alcohol, obviously drink, but not alcohol. So I didn't, but yeah, I just kind of went as I was. Obviously, this is kind of leading on to the next question, but it was like, how did you feel when you were getting it done? Honestly, he took me upstairs, and because it was my first tattoo, he talked me through everything. He taught me everything he was doing. He was telling me why he was doing it. He was like telling me like it doesn't hurt as much as people tell you it hurts. Like, he was just so nice. And obviously, like I said, every tattoo artist is different. He had a TV in the room, and he was like he put Netflix up, and he was like, because I was the only person there, he just basically said put something on and just concentrate on that, which I think was amazing. Like, that is so awesome for him to just give you a TV remote and go watch TV, which I did. I actually spent most of it just watching like something on Netflix, and I was just messing on my phone. The next question, which I feel like is the most asked question when anybody gets a tattoo, and that is, does it hurt? So I just want to point out, obviously every person has a different pain threshold. Everyone is different. It depends where you get it. Some places are going to oh my god, are going to hurt more than others, but honestly, in my opinion, mine didn't hurt definitely not as much. It was a bearable pain. It basically felt like someone getting a pen and stabbing me in the arm, like just over and over again, and getting like a little bit harder each time. The only bit where I actually kind of had to grit my teeth at was the legs, and he said that's just because you were going really down to like your wrist area. That's why he said that hurt a lot more than like the top and the lettering. So yeah, the only bit I actually had to grit my teeth at was the legs. And honestly, I think if you're thinking of getting a tattoo and the only reason why you're not getting one is because of the pain, I wouldn't even worry. Like, it's not as bad as it is at all, and I would consider myself as not having a very high pain threshold. I hate pain. The next question is, what have you done for aftercare? So obviously it's only been a couple of days, but when I left, before obviously I left, he wrapped it up in cling film, and he told me to keep that on for about an hour, no longer than 2 hours. I think I kept it on for like an hour and like 20 minutes, like something crazy. But I took it off, and he basically just told me to wash it under like soapy warm water, and then apply cream. He, as a tattoo artist, recommended this, which is called Bepanthen. I can't say it. Bepanthen. I can't say it, but this is what it looks like. It's actually nappy care ointment, and when I bought it, because I think I bought it from Superdrug, and it was about £3. Like, it really wasn't that expensive. and he said this is the best thing, that like he recommends this to all his customers, which is why I went and got it. He said you can use any kind of antiseptic cream like Savlon and anything like that, he said, but this was the one he recommended more than anything. And because it was my first tattoo, I decided to just go with what he said, which I also recommend. If you're getting a tattoo, don't go, if it's your first tattoo, don't go off what you're like. If your tattoo artist tells you to get a certain thing, I recommend getting that thing, because you don't want to go off track of what he's saying and then it just goes completely wrong. But he did give me this, which is just basically like a tattoo aftercare sheet, and it tells you everything. Like, it tells you that it will start to scab and not to pick your scab, because it can affect, I've got a really itchy nose, here we go, because it can affect like the ink, like it can affect the actual tattoo. Don't rub, pick or like scratch it, like just that's a no. And don't like swim, fake tan, what else is on here, sunbathe, go on sunbeds, or put any like cosmetics on it, and don't put any body scrub or like lotions on it, because that can also irritate it. And he basically said to put this on 4 to 5 times a day. I've been putting it on 4, I think, yeah, I've been putting it on 4 times a day, maybe 5 if it's really itchy. I'm quite happy at the fact that it's not actually been really itchy at all at the moment. It is just starting to like flake and like scab over, which, you know, that's normal. But I've been putting this on it when I wake up, at dinner, yeah, breakfast, basic breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then like before I go to bed, and then sometimes like if it's really itchy. The last thing is, would you get another tattoo? So someone said to me that when I told, I think it was like, was it my sister? I think it was like my sister or something. She said once you've got one tattoo you'll want to get another, because my sister's got 2 tattoos. She's got one on her ribs and then like a really small dainty one on her wrist, and she told me that once you get one tattoo you're going to want to get another one, and I was like, no, like one's enough, like I don't want any more. But honestly, I would get another one. Don't comment, like I would get another one, I actually would so get another one, probably not for like another couple of months or something, but I would definitely get another one, and I don't know what I'd get. But yeah, that is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and you know, you at least take something from this and you enjoyed watching it. Obviously don't hate on it. At the end of the day, it's like my body. If I want a giraffe tattooed on my arm, I will have a giraffe tattooed on my arm. But yeah, I really enjoyed filming this, and don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And like I said, I'll probably do an update video in a couple of weeks when it is properly like fully healed, and I can go a bit more over the aftercare a bit more better, because I'll have experienced it longer. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. See you later, bye.